Hello, how are you guys? I'm doing your daily December 2nd, 2019 tarot card reading. It's very funny how lately it's been hard to put together words. I have to take my time to say it. It's kind of funny. So we're out of the retrograde, so hopefully it's easier for me to talk and you guys to talk too, okay? Hopefully I won't have to stumble over any words. Okay, so the first card that I have for you is the Strength card. We ended on the 1st of December with like a new start, so this may not be relevant to what happened previously. So the Strength card, we don't know what we're overcoming specifically. It could be negativity, it could be maybe poverty, it could be anything. So you're trying to gain the strength to overcome whatever issues that are coming against you. It could be an opponent, someone that you know or do not know. So basically, you are assessing what's going on in your life and making sure you overcome whatever obstacle that you face. The next card is the Four of Pentacles. So you basically did overcome whatever opponent that you're facing, and you're ready to build a strong financial future or to make improvements to your health. So the next card is the King of Wands in the reverse. This is a card about, basically this king is kind of upset. Normally when I've seen him in readings, he's normally kind of helping financially when someone is in need. Well, right now he's really, really upset, and I don't know the reason why he's so upset. So when he's really upset, he may do the opposite of what he's doing when he's in a good mood and someone needs help. Well, he's upset, so he might do something to maybe hurt someone, or something that's immoral, so you have to kind of watch out. So maybe this is the opponent you need strength to overcome. So because we see the Four of Pentacles here, maybe this is in a work environment, perhaps, that you're dealing with maybe a boss who is upset by something or just causing maybe challenges in your work. So this upset king, he may be still making investments. So I'm not sure why he's making investments while he's upset. Because again, the Four of Pentacles is talking about building a strong financial future. Maybe if you're trying to build a strong financial future, it's better to kind of start with yourself maybe. And kind of, for that king in reverse, he might want to get himself upright so he can think clearly and make good decisions. Well, anyway, regardless, I'm not sure what that noise is, but so regardless, this king, maybe the card just fell upside down and it's irrelevant. But anyway, he's ready to make investments. So this is the Six of Pentacles card. He's choosing which investments he would like to make. So the next card is the Three of Pentacles. So he's choosing partners that he wants to work with, so that he can collaborate with them to build a corporation, a company, or something like an entrepreneurial business, something to that effect. So the Ace of Pentacles shows, and that means that this is the beginning of financial stability for, I guess, a business, whatever type of business that you guys are undergoing. I'm not sure who this is relevant to. Who does this resonate for? So not only, basically they're getting everything in line to be successful. And so with that success, you have to do the everyday work. So this Chariot card is about them doing their daily grind, keeping their schedule, doing tasks that are going to help to produce money for that company. So the next card is the Page of Swords. And for this card, basically, someone is gathering intelligence. It could be about the employees, so they could be possibly spying on the employees to see whether they're good workers or not. Maybe the employees are gathering information about their boss because he was upset, so maybe they're checking to make sure that it's a legitimate company to work for, and to make sure they're in the clear when it comes to legal implications. So the next card is the Empress card. So this seems to be a new business that's being formed, and so perhaps they need the building to be decorated and or a dress code established for the employees. So this may be what's going on right now. With that in mind, here's the Devil card. The Devil card may be about seduction and or addictions that could be coming your way. I guess toward the boss maybe, or toward the employees. It really depends on your situation, okay? So with this card, I thought about overspending because we have the Empress here. The Empress could be more ideas being birthed by the boss, who is right now the King of Wands in the reverse. So he could have more ideas that are coming in, but maybe since the Devil card appears behind it, I just consider overspending is possibly the temptation that's going on. Like sometimes overeating could be a temptation, but if we're talking about a company, I just assume it might be overspending. So watch your spending if you're working on a new business on the 2nd of December, if you're forming a new business. Let's see. So the next card is the World card. And the World card is about you maybe having completed a cycle with someone in your life or just in general. So say for instance, our King of Wands here, he's upset and we don't really know why he's upset because I didn't clarify it. But maybe he's ending a cycle with something in his life. Maybe he's upset because his opponent here that he needed the strength to overcome could have been poverty. Okay? So the King of Wands could be upset. Maybe he just went through a divorce or something to that effect and his income is out of whack, because a lot of us have been going through strange circumstances in our life that kind of have us in a mode that's not normal for us. And so we have to like figure out a way to quickly make a comeback and, you know, fix whatever is out of whack in our lives. So he may be battling poverty. Maybe there was some type of situation in his romantic life that maybe caused problems, and so he's trying to bounce back. So the card that I was on was the World card. So with this World card, we were talking about completing cycles. So maybe he did graduate from a certain cycle in his life, whether it's poverty or some situation that he is graduated from and trying to move on anew from that cycle. So the next card is the Page of Pentacles reversed, and this is a card about the money that he did make, the King of Wands. The money that he made may not be used responsibly. So mind you, we have the Empress card here. So the Empress card here could be perhaps his wife. Maybe perhaps this is his wife or his ex-wife or something. Maybe perhaps she was decorating the house. Maybe perhaps they split up and she used money that she gained through some type of split up to do things that were maybe frivolous to this King of Wands in the reverse. And so maybe that's what he's upset about. Maybe that's something that happened in the past. Maybe it's something that happened after he was already upset. I'm not very much sure, because you guys have different situations going on in your life. I'm showing you different examples of what these cards could mean. So what I was saying was, one more thing, right? This Empress card, when we saw it, it could have been about looking nice, and it could be about new ideas. Regardless, this Page of Pentacles card here is about money being spent irresponsibly. So perhaps the king needs to check who he is leaving in charge of his money to make sure that it's not being used irresponsibly. And if he's having maybe situations in his personal life that's affecting his finances, maybe perhaps he needs to deal with that also. So I'm not sure how much power he has to change that, but maybe that's why he's upset. So, and I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm just saying maybe that's why he's upset. But anyway, the Page of Cups in the reverse is the next card. And this Page of Cups could be a child, because I'm not sure what's going on in you guys' personal situation. So maybe perhaps this is a child of the King of Wands in the reverse. Well, if this is a child, they maybe need attention. So That might be one thing to take note of, but maybe perhaps in this case, we're talking about a company that's being formed, and so maybe the Page of Cups is an attention-seeking employee and or a love interest of this king, okay? So we don't really know what's going on with this king in his personal life, so sometimes I should have clarified and I really didn't. But you guys have different situations, so maybe sometimes I do need to clarify, sometimes I don't. When the story makes sense, I don't really clarify because you guys may have different situations. But, okay, so you have someone who's seeking attention. It can be a child, which is probably completely normal because your children need your love. But let's see how that relates to the next card. The next card is a Two of Swords in the reverse. So what this is telling us is that if it was a partner or a business associate who was seeking attention, you need to be aware that that person may not be trustworthy. So be careful of deception, manipulation, or betrayal. The next card is the Emperor in the reverse. And so this card is, again, be careful of others attempting to abuse you or to control you. So all of a sudden, we have a bunch of reversed cards. And so now we're being careful of who is around us. Remember that we had this Page of Swords card, and this card could be about spying. So now it may be a little bit tense in the work environment because we're finding out personal information about employees and their personal lives. And so the Emperor in reverse here could be our friend, the King of Wands, who is in the reverse. And like I said, if he is upside down in his life, if he's in a negative headspace and he's trying to start a company, I feel sorry for the employees because maybe perhaps he may go after them for little things. He may be controlling, abusive, or something to that effect. So to his employees, if you're in a situation like this in your work environment, I don't know how much you can do about it. Like normally when things are going wrong in my life, I might pray about it. I don't know how you handle issues when they're affecting you. If you talk to a friend, or what do you do to handle those issues? And if you happen to be the boss and you know you're in a negative headspace, please keep that in mind. And please don't micromanage your employees in a way that is negatively affecting their work. Like, you're the boss, so you're doing your job as the boss to keep the company in order and to make money. But if you start nitpicking at people about the person they're married to, or, you know, just things that are totally out of line, just kind of be careful to know what's work and what's personal, and try not to maybe overstep your boundaries and push away your employees. So the next card is the card of the Seven of Pentacles. And anybody who's laughing when I say that, seriously, there might be incidences where that may happen. So I just have to say it just in case, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles reversed is the next card. And so this card is about the drama that's going on in the workplace. You could be distracted by it, and instead of you doing work, maybe this is not the boss, maybe this is the employees. Maybe because there's tension in the work environments, it's distracting employees and or distracting the boss, and you guys are not doing the work that you need to get done effectively, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really bad when you live in a society where people micromanage and get in other people's personal lives in ways that are irrelevant to them. So if it's a company or corporation or something, I guess you guys are supposed to be focused on, like, say for instance, if you are a religious organization, maybe perhaps people's personal lives may be relevant. But I'm just saying, in this particular spread, it's posing a problem. Something is going on that's causing drama. And so I'm just telling you what the cards are saying. So we may be procrastinating instead of doing work because there's drama. Maybe there's too much spying going on, and like I said, it's maybe causing drama. So the next card is the Fool in the reverse, and this is a card about deception, okay? So be careful of people who are being deceptive, and also be careful of making the wrong decisions. So say for instance, if the Page of Swords here, the person who's passing messages back to the boss about people's personal lives, or it may not be their personal life, it may be their work life. So maybe this is a supervisor who is saying, okay, this employee is doing his work, good job, but this employee over here, he might be doing something unconstructive, let's go work on that, you know. So this page may be getting information, and what if this page doesn't like someone? And what if this page is just targeting someone just because that person is doing very well, or that person has a lot of brilliance, and this Page of Swords is just being malicious, okay? Maybe this is the person you need to pay attention to, okay? Be careful of mistakes. So Mr. King of Wands, who is possibly now acting as the Emperor in the reverse, okay? He needs to be careful of who he is believing, okay? You know how sometimes we have the gossip game, like Page of Swords over here said employee A is doing something, but employee A is not really doing the something. The Page of Swords is the one who's doing the something, okay? So I'm just giving you an example of reasons why you should pay attention to what's going on in your company. Maybe if someone is telling you employee A did such and such, make sure you have maybe a second opinion of what's going on to make sure people are not targeting others, okay? So the next card is the Death card in the reverse, and this is a card about transformation. So it seems like there's something going on. You may have figured out what the problem is, but you're not really correcting it now. So you figured out who is causing the problem, but you're not resolving it just yet, okay? So the next card is the Magician. So it's almost like by magic, all of a sudden, things start to resolve themselves and work themselves out, okay? So we have the Knight of Cups coming in. So all of a sudden, you have friends coming around you, and it's like the holiday time, because we just passed Thanksgiving time, so maybe people are still in the holiday spirit or whatever, and being friendly. So you engage with friends, and maybe perhaps you found an even better employee to help fill that gap. So if you have to dismiss an employee because you knew they were giving trouble, all of a sudden maybe perhaps you did find a resolution to the problem. Okay, that could be what happens because we have the Justice card here. So the people that come in to your life, maybe after you realize what the problem is, there may be people who are coming into your life for a reason to help you to resolve the problem. So just be mindful. People who pray, I guess, pray and figure out what the answer is or whatever is going on in your life. But the Justice card could also mean legal paperwork being filed, or just different things that are going on that can be resolved. So say, for instance, negativity. Our page here could be the problem. I don't know why I came up with that, but I feel a certain way about spying. Like if it's a supervisor and they're just observing people working and it's normal supervisory work, maybe perhaps that's not an issue. But when it gets like really, really personal and we get into people's personal business, that could be causing a problem. So if there is negativity going on, maybe if it is the supervisor or something, just be aware. I don't know who's doing what, so I'm just mentioning that that could be something to look into. But anyway, this is the reading for December the 2nd, okay? So there was some type of drama. We had to overcome it. And it's a very interesting read because it makes a lot of sense, okay? We started off with strength. We had to overcome something. And we ended up with justice, okay? And it's beautiful how the cards showed us the story so well. And that's so great to hear. So I hope you have a lovely day on December the 2nd, okay? Please be blessed. like, share, subscribe, and if you need a personal reading because that resonated with you all too well and you would like to know more, please look in the description box for details on how to make a purchase, okay? For a personal reading. Thank you for listening once again.